in two separate accidents, claiming the life of one motorcyclist and leaving another one in critical condition this morning.
And our Matthew Torres is live at Vanderbilt University Medical Center with more. Matthew, I understand that these are obviously separate incidents, but they happen not too far from one another.
Yeah, they happened about 3 miles apart from each other, as well as a few hours apart from each other. The most really severe one was out on I-24 East near Bell Road. That is because the motorcyclist in this case died at the scene. As you may remember, as you can see from the video, this really caused some backup and some delays out there, shutting down some lanes. However, though, limited information that's been given to us by Metro Police. We're hoping to hear back later as far as the victim's name and even the possible cause in this. Now, the second incident that we are talking about, again, happened just about maybe 3.5 hours earlier. This one was out on Bell Road, further in town. Metro Police say that a driver in a pickup crashed into a motorcyclist. And according to the affidavit report of this driver, he smelled of alcohol, unsteady, and admitted to drinking beers earlier in the afternoon. So this was, that driver is now charged with vehicular assault. As far as the motorcyclist, we are told not too long ago that he remains here in the hospital in critical but stable condition. Reporting live, I'm Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.
All right, Matthew, thanks very much. And police are also investigating a brutal early morning beating that left a man unconscious. News Channel 5's Alexandra Cohen has been working with police on this one. And Alexandra, what did they say triggered this attack? Do we know at this point?
Officers tell me that this man is still in critical condition at Skyline Hospital, and they're looking for 2 to 3 suspects. Take a look at some of this video that I captured earlier from the scene. Officers responded around 4 this morning, and they were on Monticello Street looking near a wooded area for those suspects. Officers tell me the victim was not conscious, so they have not been able to obtain a lot of information. This housing complex is located right off Trinity Lane in North Nashville. Right now, police are trying to figure out whether this victim was targeted or whether he was just walking down the street and randomly attacked. Obviously, this is a very serious situation. 2 officers are still here with their lights on, hoping that people in this neighborhood who maybe witnessed this or know information will come forward and talk to them. Reporting live, Alexandra Cohen, News Channel 5.
Alexandra, thanks. Developing news now, a bizarre stabbing death in Robertson County. The Tennessean reports Wayne Stevenson was attending a balloon release for his son, who died in January after drinking a deadly mixture of soda and racing fuel known as dew shine. So an already tragic situation. And then investigators say Richard Wheaton stabbed Stevenson, who died from his injuries yesterday. The 51-year-old Wheaton faces criminal homicide charges now. And the Murfreesboro community is mourning the loss of a former city council member who was brutally stabbed to death in her Florida condo.
Members of St. Mark's United Methodist Church held a prayer vigil for Mary Huda last night. Her husband James confessed to the crime, much to the surprise of those who knew that couple.
What happened wasn't anything you would have ever expected. I mean, I didn't see anything to, to cause me to suspect anything like that could ever happen.
I don't know what would have come over Jim, but I think in my heart he would never have intended to hurt her in any way.
Down in Florida, Riviera Beach police say that James stabbed Mary repeatedly with a kitchen knife Friday, and then he jumped off the second-floor balcony. He survived that fall and then later confessed to the murder at the hospital. A memorial service for Mary will be held at the end of next week.
And a sad day in Governor Bill Haslam's administration as the son of Haslam's chief of staff was found dead. Jim Henry's son, Jimmy, was found at his home in Roane County yesterday. The medical examiner suspects he died of natural causes, but an investigation is underway.
Call him the Hamburglar. You're waiting for your food at a McDonald's drive-thru when a stranger hops in your car and takes over. It actually happened to a woman on 12th and Broad yesterday, right in the downtown area. She says her kidnapper used some drugs and forced her to drive to a motel all the way down in Murfreesboro, where he picked up another guy. She escaped when they stopped for gas. She called the cops from the bathroom. Now Christopher Herbert is facing kidnapping charges and could be facing more charges as well. Just 3 days after he was slapped with a federal criminal indictment, Rutherford County Sheriff Robert Arnold is taking some time off. Arnold was not at work yesterday. We're told that he's on vacation that was planned before his arrest. The embattled sheriff vows not to resign from his sheriff's position, and he says he'll fight the charges against him. Those charges include fraud, bribery, and misuse of authority in connection with an e-cigarette scandal at the jail.
Well, a near drowning at a popular state park to tell you about this morning. A 13-year-old was rescued yesterday after going under at Cummins Falls in Jackson County. That particular park has had a number of deaths. Last year, a 22-year-old drowned there, and the year before, 2 teenagers on a field trip also drowned. With summer in full swing, authorities are urging everyone to be careful in the water. Monday at Percy Priest Lake, someone was hurt using one of those water hoverboards that attach to jet skis. TWRA officials say a man was 20 feet in the air when there was a malfunction, and then he fell onto the jet ski, cracking 13 ribs. And at Elm Hill Marina, a woman hit her head cliff jumping.
There could be timber down there. There's a lot of rock in Percy Priest, and there's current. So there's always new debris coming through that could be washed into an area that you don't know about. So it's not a good idea to go jumping into a lake without knowing what's there.
The TWRA says these activities are dangerous while lake levels are so low in the area.